Hi, good evening and welcome to my first season Jewish Cooking World. Today I want to share with you my own recipe of challah. It's not so exclusive, it's pretty common, it's not that creative, but it has a touch, the topping is a little more creative. I'm using today a mixer. You can use whatever mixer you want, or you can mix it by hand. It doesn't matter. I have here, and you will find the ingredients in the final program, and it will include the recipe written. 1.5 cups of warm water. So you put 1.5 cups here, a little sugar, and the sugar, just a little sugar. I have 2 tablespoons here because I want the active dry yeast I'm using Fleischmann. The traditional one, I want that yeast to get active, to become active. So I'm measuring 1 tablespoon. In another version of the same yeast is a package. A package is 10 grams, is a tablespoon. You just leave it like that till it bubbles. So I will show you in 3 minutes it will bubble. The ingredients here: the Fleischmann, the sugar, 2 eggs, regular eggs, a couple of tablespoons of corn oil, canola oil. I'm using canola oil. This is Canada. Salt, 2 teaspoons, and 4 cups of white flour. You can mix a couple of cups of whole flour with a couple of cups of white flour, and that will be fine. It's not my idea of challah anyways, but you can do that. And that's pretty much it for the topping. And I will be using a kosher coarse salt. This is what I use usually, and the topping can also include sesame seeds or poppy seeds. I think I will go with sesame seeds today. In any case, I think the yeast is already there. I want you to see the yeast, or maybe I can describe that for you. You have to see tiny bubbles in the surface of the mixture of water and yeast. Fleischmann actually is very forgiving. When I run out of the traditional, I use the quick yeast. It's not exactly the same result. I would rather use the traditional, but if you don't have it, or you find any other type of yeast, go ahead. You don't need to wait for the yeast to become active. You just mix with the dry ingredients a tablespoon of yeast, and that will do the trick. When you have that, then you put a couple of tablespoons of oil, the rest of the sugar. Mine is a little sweet, not that sweet as I would like to, but 2 eggs. I will proof the eggs first because I don't want any blood spots or the possibility that the egg is not really fresh. So 1, there it goes. Second one. The flour. Some people, just put some air into the flour. I don't do that. I don't think the result really is so different. I don't think it's different at all, by the way. Here it goes, 4 cups of white flour, 2 teaspoons of kosher salt, 1, 2, and that's it. The magic of the mixer. I want to show you the dough. The dough has to have this. It has to have this color and this consistency. It's a little sticky, and I would rather have the ball of dough sticky than dry. So what I'm usually doing, some people cover it with a wet kitchen towel. I won't do that. I will put a plastic bag here, let it sit for, I don't know, 45 minutes, and see you after 45 minutes. Hi, welcome back. This is the ball of dough. I left it rest in the fridge overnight, which is something I usually do. You can do that, or you can just directly proceed with braiding the bread. That's the way I used to knit it. We will do the 3 string method of braiding. It's the easiest, and I think that it's pretty too, but definitely it's the easiest. So once you have an elastic ball of dough, and that is elastic, you can feel it when you knead it. What I do, I don't want any big pocket of air, so maybe I will do the 15 more minutes of kneading. I will do it slowly so you know what is the movement. Okay. You take it, you push it a little more, not that much flour, but just enough not to stick while you knead it. 3 pieces, right? 1, 2, 3. The idea is to make a string. It doesn't matter how you do it, actually. I have seen people doing that different ways, and works perfectly no matter what. But ideally, right, basically, this is a big challah. For Shabbat, what I do is I divide this 4 cups of flour dough into 2, and I make 2 challahs. So basically each challah takes a couple of cups of flour. You start from the middle and you work to the edges till you get basically a string like that. Once you have the first one, put it there. I have prepared sesame seeds. Today I will top it with sesame seeds, kosher salt. I will tell you the story about using kosher salt as a topping later, and 1 egg for egg wash, and usually I put 3 or 4 drops of oil into the egg, so the end result will be shinier. It's amazing how the difference that 3 or 4 drops of oil will make into the final product. Feel free to play. Sometimes I do that. It's like just domesticating the dough, I guess. As every product made with flour, it depends on the weather conditions, the humidity, the temperature. None one day similar to the other, but that's fine. Those are actually really much more forgiving than people think, so don't be scared. So this is my first episode, so I'm a little nervous, but I will pick up speed for the next episodes, I promise. You know, a little sticky is okay, not that much. In any case, the simpler method, you stick the 3 braids. Hopefully they will be similar in length, but no challah is perfect. Sort of like that, you know. You do that, and then you start braiding it. like you braid your daughter's hair, your niece hair. I don't know if that can be taken more close up of that. You reach the end, tackle in. Let's do it a little better here. Yeah. You get the idea, right? That's the challah. You take a tray. I put some parchment paper. Usually, for years I have been using silk pad. I will strongly recommend silk pad, but I don't have it any longer. I have to buy a new one. Parchment paper will absolutely do the trick. Next step, you wash it with egg wash. Be really thorough, you know, don't miss any spot that you can see. Because when you see a challah that is perfectly shiny, it's beautiful. I have a friend who really likes the ends of the challah, so I usually, when we spend Shabbat together or for any occasion, I reserve the end for her. She loves it. Next step, kosher salt. Kosher salt, I doubt that you will see any other challah with kosher salt as topping. That's from my memories of growing up in the Jewish neighborhood of Once in Argentina. And it's not challah that I remember covered with kosher salt. In Spanish, you may say sal gruesa. It was the pletzalah. There were a lot of bakeries, Jewish bakeries, and I remember distinctively the pletzalah covered with salt. So, as a rendition of my memories of childhood in Argentina, my challahs are always topped with salt. Of course, it's optional, but I will strongly recommend it. Sesame seeds. You can also opt for poppy seeds. Actually, I like poppy seeds a little more than sesame seeds, but usually in North America people like sesame seeds better, I guess. Okay. That's it. I will leave it 20-25 minutes to raise, and then it will be put into the oven, 350 degrees, for 45 minutes. Don't forget to check my blog and to send me messages. Every question is absolutely welcome. I would love to hear from you. My email is jewishcookingworld@gmail.com. Let me show you the final product. Isn't it look great? It's just fresh from the oven. I hope you can smell. I mean, it's unbelievable. There is nothing in the world as the smell of fresh challah. In any case, I welcome your questions. I have a blog, Jewish Cooking World, and I will also very soon have a website. I welcome every question. I have in my blog already done the recipe there. It has been a pleasure. My name is Heidi, and see you next time. Bye.